Moment I understood this simple SMC entry, I became very profitable. This is what I want to teach you in this video. Hey, it's Kome here. Today I want to show you how to enter using the smart money entry method. So we're going to be using the higher time frame and lower time frame. So first, let's use the diagram and let me explain to you. Okay, so in this particular case, the first thing we want to identify is a break of structure. Of course, you know how important break of structure is because it tends to show us the immediate positioning of the current price action. All right, so after the break of structure, the next thing we want to look out for is what we want to look out for: inducement. Okay, so where do we look for our inducement? All right, this is our inducement. So after inducement, there are three major ways to enter the trade. So I'm only going to talk about a few today, so pay attention in details. So after inducement have been taken, especially the major inducement, in case you don't know about that major minor inducement, check the video description. You'll gain access to the video. All right, so after we have been able to identify that, oh, this is our inducement, the next thing that we want to look out for is we want to see where is price, where is the market. All right, so after that is taken, so there are different ways we can enter, probably single and single candle mitigation, or mitigation of the extreme supply zone, or mitigation of our demand or supply zone, or other block as the case may be. Okay, so let's go ahead and let me show you more examples, more details, explain more. So after the break of structure, the next thing that we want to identify is our inducement. So where is our inducement? This zone becomes our inducement. Of course, this is a little error here. So this becomes our inducement. Okay, the reason is simply because for us to get a valid inducement, there has to be a break of market structure to the direction of our trend, and in this case, this becomes our break of structure, and this becomes our inducement leg. After our inducement leg have been taken, the next thing that we must pay attention to is the supply zone that is above it. There are 2 points of interest that works. If you want that video, let me know in the comment section, and I'm going to make the video on points of interest. But today, let's talk about the entries and how you can begin to do this on the lower time frame. So all this structure you are seeing here are the higher time frame structure, while the ones on this little circle are on the ones on the lower time frame. So let me explain. After we've identified our break of structure and inducement, of course, inducement is what is responsible for taking liquidity. All right, so once liquidity have been taken, it is very important that we look for our entries. So in this case, we have another break here, and this becomes our inducement. Wrong, this is not inducement. Why? I just explained it in this previous example. Okay, the reason is simply because this pivot point was responsible for the break of structure. So take this whole move as a single move. So this whole move looks something like this. So we have something like this. All right, this is exactly how it looks like. All right, so it is very important in the chart because you might easily get confused if you don't understand this in details. So this becomes our inducement. Now, what happens if price comes and take this? We are not looking for trades. We are waiting patiently because, of course, price will give us reaction, which happened here, and this is where most of you get caught every single time. So once you understand this, it's going to improve your entry, of course. So once you have been able to identify this, that this is a minor inducement, we are not interested in this, but this is our major inducement, and this is where we are looking for our buy opportunity. So what happens if price comes, of course, and does something like this? Then let it do it. We're not interested in entering. All right, we don't want to frustrate, but we want the market to be in our favor most of the time, and this is why we must pay attention and understand exactly the various levels where we should be looking for entries. Now, after the break of structure which have happened here, we have another level of course, this is an inducement. Let me mark that up for you. This is, of course, a valid inducement. All right, this is a valid inducement. Now, so why did I mark this high? The reason why I mark this high is so that I will understand clearly. okay, because most times when you begin to mark this low, for example, you get confused. All right, so I have to mark this. So if price had come, let's say price came and did not reach to take out that high, would I have entered the trade? Yes, I will enter the trade. Why? Because this higher actually created the new inducement leg. All right, created the new major inducement. So I'm interested in that. So immediately price come, there was a flip here to the upside, but price came, did not flip this zone. So in case you want to learn about flip entry, I also have a video on the channel where you will learn the secret about flip entry and how you can improve. Okay, so I will go to the chart, then I'm going to show you an example. But before we go, let's do some real chart example, or let's use this as an example for you. Okay, so let's say we are trading the counter trend. Of course, I don't really trade counter trends because the KDRC helps me to identify the trend, and most times in every single day I have opportunities to enter trades. So what we do is this. First, let's say we are in this particular low, this red point. So see, this whole stuff is the red point you are seeing here. So what do? We simply wait. We simply we have to be patient. All right, so the first thing we want to do is we want to see price trade below the opposite direction of our trend. All right, in this case, where is it now? In this case, we want to see price. Okay, we want to see price either break this structure or sweep. If price sweep this is actually a perfect example. All right, it will give us high probability. So of course, let's take this as a sweep, because with the other diagram, with this diagram, I'm going to show you the other example. Okay, but this one, let's say this is a sweep. After the sweep, we want to see a nice break of structure, body close, break of structure. After that, we are free to enter this from here, enter from this demand zone or from this other block. Okay, you might say, oh, what about the inducement? Is this not the inducement leg? Of course, this is a valid inducement leg, but we will not wait for price to take this low. Why? Because there was a sweep. I will give you another instance here. There was a sweep here. So because we had a sweep here, we have to simply look for the entries. Otherwise, we'll miss it. Because if price comes, let's say as this happen and price comes, immediately price, this is where we'll take profit. Okay, don't be greedy, especially if you are trading counter trend. Don't be greedy. Immediately price comes here. As a matter of fact, once price gets to another block here, then you need to take your profit, because price can decide to come, do something like this, come back to your entry, take you out before going to take out the inducement before continuing down. I hope you understand this. So what exactly happens if this was not a sweep? So let me give you the other instance. So let's say this green box is this blue point of interest. All right, so on the higher time frame, we had a sweep of liquidity already. So on the lower time frame, we are looking for our entry. So what are we looking out for? So the first thing we need to look out for here is our break of structure. We need to first of all look out for our break of structure, which is this. This is our break of structure. And the next thing is our inducement. Where is our inducement? The move, the push, the beginning of the push that broke structure, that becomes our major inducement. So are we going to enter from here blindly? Of course, you could enter here, right? But there's another better way you can actually enter. All right, so after this is taken, we want to see price break structure, and we can enter off of this and target the 5 minutes or the higher time frame pivot level. That becomes a liquidity automatically. So let's go to the chart as I show you a few examples on the chart. Okay, so for today, I've not really taken a trade because we're still looking for entry opportunities. However, let's use yesterday as an example. Okay, so for yesterday, this is my bias was bearish. All right, this was the trade we took on Monday, Tuesday. As you could see, we have not taken a loss for the week. All right, we're not taking any loss for the week, but we have taken up to like 3 to 4 trades. All right, that's awesome. So after the break of structure, which we have seen here, where is our inducement? This is our inducement. This is our inducement. Wrong. This is not your inducement, guys. This is not inducement. Is it this one? No, this is not inducement. this is our inducement. Why is this our inducement? It's simple. The reason why this is our inducement is simply because this was the origin of the whole move that broke structure. So this is exactly what we have. So we could possibly say we have something like this. All right. So of course, we want to see price take that. Then we start looking for sales. All right. So after the inducement, what else? We start looking for our order flow. So let's do this together. Smash the like button in case you have not done that. Subscribe to the channel in case you have not done that as well. So after inducement have been taken, the next thing we want to do is this. Also check the video description. There is a free Telegram channel. Join. I send trade literally every day. I send these trades as well for free. Check it out. Okay. So after the inducement, the next thing is we want to look for the order flow. So as you can see, these have been mitigated already, and this order flow have been mitigated. Right. So let's do that. This order flow have been mitigated. Worry about this. This order flow have been mitigated. All right. And this was the only order flow that is available. All right. And going to the 1 minute time frame, that's where I had this refinement. Look at that refinement right there. Okay. So immediately price tagged us in. We're interested in the sell. So what do? This is when we now start going to lower time frame. So before we go to lower time frame, let me do a little recap again. Pay attention. Feel free to watch the video again in case you don't understand anything, or comment below, ask questions, and I will reply you. Okay. So remember, we have a break of structure. We are bearish. All right. My KDRC stamps told me, it is telling me that I am bearish. So as a result of that, of course, I'm only looking for selling opportunities. So immediately, our inducement have been taken, which is our major inducement. We start looking for points of interest. And as you could see, these points of interest have been mitigated. So we're not interested in this. And of course, what happens if this had given us an entry opportunity? We would enter. But as you could see, this did not give us any entry opportunity. Price came, mitigated this zone, and gave us our entry opportunity. So I will go to the lower time frame so that I will explain this to us. So let's cut this out. Probably you think, in case you are in doubt, just check the free Telegram channel below. You will find out that I sent this trade right before it actually happened. All right. And we all took it and we're rejoicing together. So let's go to the 1 minute time frame. So on the 1 minute time frame, this was what? This was that's our higher time frame mitigation. Why am I taking this trade from here? This is an order flow. This is an order flow setup. Okay. So what else are we looking out for? Immediately that happened, look at this. This is not break of structure. This is not break of structure. And this is where many of you get it wrong. All of these are just single move. So simply put, that this is exactly what we have. So we have something like this. Of course, something like this. Sorry about that. We had something like this. All right. This is exactly what we had. Okay. This is exactly what we had. Okay. So once we were able to identify our break of structure, what else? Inducement. It's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. Now, meanwhile, why I said that, look at this whole structure. Let me show you something else. We have this, we have this, we have this. And of course, by implication, we have this as a break of structure, right? So this low was still intact. So there is no structure there. So it's still intact. Price came, mitigated this, gave entry. Of course, I wouldn't want to mingle with any of this internal structure because I know what I'm doing. I'm going for the big fish, right? So why eat the smaller fish when you can see when the big fish is still very much available? So immediately this took this high. Let me clear this so that you can understand my explanation better. Immediately price took this high. What else? Then we see that price came and broke this low. Automatically, this becomes a valid inducement leg. All right. This is not a valid inducement because you see price never broke the low, but this becomes a valid inducement. And what happened? Price actually came. Oh, where is it? Price came and did what? Took it out. There was no actual mitigation on this time frame for me because this candle had mitigated this already. And of course, after inducement, what else? We can use the single candle to enter. So immediately that happens, we saw price going to the downside, which gave us what? A break of structure. Give me a break of structure. Where is my break of structure? This becomes my break of structure. So I have this as my break of structure. After the break of structure, what else? Boom. I have to look for my supply zone, my order flow. This is my order flow, guys. Both order this stands as both order flow and order block at the same time, and that's exactly how we entered. And I sent the trade when it was somewhere here, right? And you could check it out while we were somewhere there, and price came in and boom, gave us our 1 to 3 risk to reward ratio, and we're good to go. And this is how I do it every single time. It's not guesswork, guys. It is not guesswork. It is by understanding. Once you understand this secret, you are going to change your trading game forever. It's the same method I also used to enter this. Look at this. This is 1 to 3 risk reward ratio, which is quite okay, right? So this was our high time frame points of interest. So let's do this finally. These are high time frame points of interest. What happened? Immediately price came, price took out, swept liquidity, and of course this was a candle close, but I believe on the higher time frame it was more like a week. Okay, it was more like a week. So as a result of that, we have to enter based on, we have to treat it like a sweep entry. Do you understand? I had to treat it like a sweep entry, and though it took a lot of time, it really took a lot of time, almost 2 hours for price. I think it was really almost 2 hours for price to get to our take profit. Yes, look at that, 1 hour 45 minutes, which is unusual. All right, so I don't like staying too much on my charts because I know what I'm doing. Looking at this one, you see how long did it take for price to get to take profit. As you could see, this is just a few minutes. Where is it now? This is just 20 minutes, which is not up to 20 minutes. Okay, yes, around 23 minutes, which is very, very okay. So once you understand this, it's going to change your trading game forever. If you want to learn about major and minor inducement, watch the video, check the video description. You want my free setup, check my video description, join my free Telegram channel. You want to improve your trading. Also, all our services are there. Check them out. And also don't forget to subscribe to my other YouTube channel. Watch it, see it on the end screen right there. Shalom.